Greetings, YouTubians. Moon pie and mouse. I'm gonna eat this. Anyhow, this shout out goes to Yoki Stirrup. I don't know if you'll see this video or not, but anyhow, I watched your Q&A video, and it started off real good, and then people started getting kind of like dumb assish. You can use that one. You can use that one, Yoki, if you want. They acted kind of dumb assish and judgmental, and that right there, honestly, people leaving inappropriate comments, just like I don't know if you had a run-in with Herman Munster. Yeah, well, thing is, if I had my way, I'd silence his ass forever. So anyhow, there were comments on there that were kind of inappropriate to Yoki. Yoki took it a lot better than most people would take it. Now, the thing is, she owns guns. I own guns too. 12-gauge shotgun, of course, with a bunch of other stuff, But the thing is, what is your angle? What is your angle? You obviously hate on Yoki, say things like, oh, you don't dress appropriate for YouTube. She's a grown woman. She could do whatever the hell she wants. She didn't build her empire just on crackers and ice trays. She built her empire because she moved all these digits right there, her bare hands. She built it. And number one, to all you ladies out there that are insecure, just because your husbands watch Yoki Stirrup, obviously they must be gun owners, and basically they're not taking the attention from you. All you're doing is just bashing this lady because you don't like her. Well, that's a little too bad, because Yoki is on YouTube and she is there to stay, and that's all there is to it. And I heard a lot of those comments, and I could tell Yoki was biting her tongue a lot. Body language. I noticed body language. And, I don't blame her, because apparently what her and her husband do, Yoki and her husband do, is her business. People have no right to judge, no right to make stupid comments, If you don't got something nice to say, don't say nothing at all. Because obviously she's not sending subliminal messages. Mouse! Gotta get you one of these, Yoki. Mouse! So the point is, it's like, if you haters are so insecure about yourselves, maybe you ought to look in the mirror and say, oh, I made this comment about Yoki. Okay, let me turn that around. Oh God, my life is so pathetic. Yoki used her two hands to build her empire. I respect that, and I love that. Because that actually makes gun tubers like myself kind of step it up a bit. Yeah, I know this scenery is kind of like, but, a little unusual. The thing is, I can't, excuse me. I have a lot of anti-gunners around here, and this is ridiculous. And the thing is, I got guns, and I am not going to get rid of them. These are mine. Mine. But back on topic, during the pandemic, when I saw Yoki's first video, I kind of got tuned in. And then next thing I watched 3 videos, then I watched 4 videos, then I watched 10 videos, then I watched 20 videos, then I watched 100 videos. I don't know if I can account for all that. But I could tell you something. Oh, you didn't see that. You did not see that. Damn, Mr. Mouse! Okay. During the pandemic, if it wasn't for her, because it was kind of hard not going out your house. If it wasn't for her, if it wasn't for Trey 57, if it wasn't for DI's, T Electric, and, I got many friends, But the thing is, if it wasn't for two channels like that, the pandemic would have been boring as fuck. And I can tell you right now. There you go, Yoki. 2 salutes. So, the thing is, before you guys judge the lady, why don't you watch the channel and don't make provocative remarks. Be a little, even though I hear this word thrown out a lot professional. Be a little professional online. Don't hate on the lady. You don't know her. You know? And if I were you, just kind of keep your, as they say, ducks in a row. Because you're doing a lot of quacking. You know? You both a bunch of like a clucking ducks. So the negativity needs to stop. You know, seriously. You know, really? Are you that pathetic that you're going to attack Yoki Stirrup? Attack her channel? You don't like this, you don't like that? Huh. Maybe not, shouldn't not. Who cares? You know? She doesn't got time for that BS. Nobody does. So, in my opinion, if you don't like her so much, unsubscribe her. Unsubscribe if you disapprove. Just unsubscribe. You know, if you don't like it. That way, she doesn't have to read your comment and laugh about it. Say, they don't know me. But that's true. Let me tell you something. Yoki is a gym. She is a gym. And, you know, basically, it's not about the whole world revolving around her. The world comes to her. And she is awesome. So, before you make a negative comment, use that pathetic little pen brain that you might have. Time out. Take a time out and don't be a douchebag, okay? Respect Yoki Stirrup. Don't give her a hard time. If you don't like her content, don't go to her channel. Watch Tom and Jerry or whatever the fuck floats your boat, you know? But, like I said, Yoki, you handled that. See, me, if it were me, I'd be throwing out sarcasm left and right because, you know, I love sarcasm. Even though sarcasm is kind of anger's ugly cousin. But the thing is, sarcasm comes in handy. And these guys, put it this way, they're haters. Beware of Herman Munster. Beware of, I forgot the other ones. That means they weren't that important. But the thing is, Yoki, you rock! Yoke gang, yoke gang, yoke gang. Later.